Hello, it's Joe Glines, and I'm going to review some syntax that I found hard at one point to find. It's just not obvious, and so I thought I'd do a short tutorial on how to use it, and also a bit about why it's important. So let's say your data file is configured, and here you can see. Let me move this over here. You can see there's no decimal places in any variable. There's nominal, ordinal, scale, like so group is scale, gender is ordinal, which it shouldn't be. Percent travel is nominal, and it's a percentage. It should really be scale. Age is actually, it should be interval or scale. It's not. And so, you can tweak these, of course, by coming in here and clicking on this and choosing it. But, I want to do everything with syntax so I can repurpose my code. So this syntax here, variable level, and then you can put the variable name and then what level you want. And I'm aware of three. There's ordinal, nominal, and scale. So if we want to change age, let's say to ordinal, right, I can just copy this and run it, and you can see it gets changed to ordinal. If we want to change more than one at a time, so gender and group, both to nominal, I can run that, and they both get changed at the same time. I could put, I believe, as many as I want in here, and it's a quick, easy way to change these to the level you want. And it's important because SPSS is quote-unquote smart in that sometimes when you go to look at certain windows, it won't even offer, you won't see the variables available if they're not the right level. Like at means testing, you can't put a scale variable in the by category, I believe. It'd have to be nominal or ordinal. Anyway, the other one is this width. So if we come back over here and see this column width, I believe this is what it's actually changing here. And let's move over, and let's say you often I'll have string variables that are like this, right? That I can't see what's in them, and it's annoying. So one thing you can do is just say var width all, and I'm gonna let's make it 26. Okay. So way too wide, but it demonstrates the purpose. So let's change this back to. We're going to change to 6, and let's do this. Let's say all of them to 6, and age I'm going to put to 16. So if you do it in this order, you can have it changes all of them, but then since the age was after the all, you can make some minor tweaks to a couple of them, and I use that format a lot. It's nice and handy. Let's say you actually wanted to do some stats, but you wanted to have this refused value here set to missing, or you had some other variables where you said you wanted them missing, and you don't want to have to come in here and tell them you're either using here or using a range, right? But here I'd put in 3, but I'm going to hit cancel, so there's still none there. Come back to here. This is where you can say missing value is gender, and run it, and it'll change it, put it in a 3. You could use the syntax where if they were all that way, I could say age to trav. I'm not going to run this, but it would run for all of these, which is very handy. The next stuff I want to review was formatting the variable, which it wouldn't think. I mean, I know one of it, you can be persnickety when you're looking at this and go, I sometimes this age, this will have where's my decimals? Here we go. 2 or 3 or 4 decimal places, and it got hung up here because I have the width shorter. So you need to have the width wide enough. Now it should work. So notice there's 2 decimal places here. This, of course, doesn't hurt anything. The only thing it does is just for my eyes, it's a little more work for me to look at. And so I like to, when I know that there's no decimal places, don't show decimal places. And for some things like cost, or let's say percents, where there are decimal places, I'd like to have them there. So let's come back over here, and so if we want to change age is 2 right now. All right, so let's set it back. So I'm going to say format F, I don't remember why. I believe someone told me at some point, but F is for numeric. So I just changed that with the 2 and no decimal places. That's what this 2. And if I wanted to see up here where it's F 3.2, right, you'll notice this width will be 3 and the decimals are 2. And what I can't do is I can't have it say 3.4. I can't have it the decimals wider than the width of the thing. That's what it whined at me earlier about. Let's say under group, though, that this group, I wanted to have commas in here, right? Because it's something that needs commas. And so here, I can run this, and notice this changed here to comma, and now they have commas in there. And my percent here's are really wacky, right? Because they're just numbers with a decimal place. But if I come back over here and I change the percents to this way, now I don't know if this is a bug or what in the version SPSS I use, but when you come over here, you'll notice they do now have percent signs. And let's do the last one here with the dollars. So cost. Let's come back over here and do dollars and cost. And now you'll see it looks like dollars. Now this is important because let me go back. I'm going to reopen the data file the way it was. And I'm going to, let's see, I have cost, percent travel. Let's add, well, group would, well, we'll just add group. Who cares? Now when I run this, the output we're going to see here, notice there's cost, but there's no dollar signs. Percent travels as it would normally look, and group does not have the commas. But what if I come back here and I run the formatting stuff that we just went through, and now when I rerun this, look at my output, right? So now I have the dollar signs in here, and I've also controlled the decimal places, but the percent signs are in here, the commas are in here. So it's a handy way to have your output look closer to what you want, and also in the custom tables and things as well. They'll come through showing you in this format, which sometimes you want, sometimes you don't. And in custom tables, you can add the dollar signs and percents, but if you set up your data set correct and set it up with syntax, it's just real easy to handle and make sure you get it the right way. Thank you.